Hello guys and welcome. So in this video I wanted to answer the question, what is Half-Life Alyx? This video is aimed at people who know nothing about this game, have been curious, maybe you saw the announcement, it's got nearly 10 million views now, and maybe you've heard of Half-Life. So I wanted to give you a very brief overview of all of it to answer any initial questions you might have. Now, Half-Life was one of the first products by Valve, and Valve are the people who run Steam. They own Steam. So Valve is a huge multi-billion dollar company at this point. Now, the original Half-Life came out in 1998 with the follow-up of Half-Life 2, which came out in, I think it's 2004. Now, this game, Half-Life Alyx, is based on the events before Half-Life 2. So in Half-Life 2, Alyx Vance is one of the main NPCs that you deal with throughout the game. And this game is about her journey before the events of Half-Life 2 with her father. Now, as you can see though, however, the twist is this game is VR, 100% VR. And it's one of the pioneering games for Valve's VR, because Steam has got its own VR system and Valve are trying to push VR as much as they can. There was some speculation of, is this Half-Life free? I don't believe so, because it's a prequel to Half-Life 2. If there ever is a Half-Life 3, we will see. Why the reason people should be excited though about this game is because it means Valve is making games again. You know, it's been like 16 years. So since the previous Half-Life. And they did release DLC, so Half-Life Episode 1, Episode 2 for Half-Life 2. I think Episode 2 came out in about 2007, but either way, it's been a very long time. So it means that we have an increased possibility of a Half-Life 3 at this point. But we have to just wait and see how this goes. I personally am not into VR because, as you can see, I wear glasses, and wearing VR headsets tends to give me headaches. But the game, I have to admit, looks absolutely fantastic. I think people are going to absolutely love it. Like, if you've never actually tried a VR headset before, you might be amazed about how quickly you can be sat in your living room or whatever, put on the VR headset, and it's like you're in a completely different place because that's obviously, it covers all of your eyes. The thing is with VR though, is like I said, is that it's very, like, you have to have a lot of safe space around you when you play it, and also as well, like, if you have any vision issues like I've got, then it might not be good for you. But I am looking forward to this game either way, because I want to just, like, even if I don't play it myself, I'm looking forward to seeing some content creators play it. Like, for example, I would love to see a content creator like Shroud play this, because he's not just great at shooting games with a keyboard and mouse. Like, he did do VR shooters, and he is worryingly good at them as well, even with a VR headset on. So I hope Shroud plays this. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is we're going to actually go through the Half-Life official website, because they've made a beautiful website to accompany this announcement, which I'm going to quickly go through. We'll see what we can find. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to link in the description as many useful resources as possible to the announcement trailer, to the Wikipedia page, the official site, the Wikipedia page of the official, like, the Half-Life series, and so on. So if you haven't played Half-Life before, the general idea is that usually you play as a scientist called Morgan Freeman, and you are working in a research facility trying to find a link to alien worlds, but then there's a malfunction and the aliens come and they invade. So that's what these some of these characters are on the screen, and the repercussion of the world after that, and so on. And it keeps going and going and going. But there's other forces at play, as in typical games like this. But because it was one of the first games that really pushed this narrative, that's why Half-Life is absolutely infamous. It basically started this whole thing, you know. And back then, like, if you look now at graphics of the original Half-Life, you might think, wow, this sucks. But remember, it came out in the 90s. It came out more than 20 years ago. At the time, remember it very well, those graphics were unbelievably amazing. So that's the thing. Anyway, like I said, guys, let's go now through the official website. and let's take a look. So, right, so this is halflife.com, which I will link. You can see it has got sections for Half-Life, Half-Life 2, and the DLC for Half-Life 2, but we're interested in this page in particular. A VR return to Half-Life. So it's all fancy. It will be available in March 2020, and I'm going to assume it's going to be exclusive on Steam because Valve owns Steam, so it only makes sense it would be. It said the fight against the Combine begins. Set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2, Alyx Vance and her father Eli mount an early resistance to the Combine's brutal occupation of Earth. The loss of the 7-hour war is still fresh. In the shadow of a rising Combine fortress known as the Citadel, residents of City 17 learned to live under the rules of their invaders, but among this scattered population are two of Earth's most resourceful scientists, Dr. Eli Vance and his daughter Alyx, the founders of a fledgling resistance. Okay, so you are Alyx Vance, and you're about to spark a revolution. I apologize in advance if I'm actually pronouncing the name wrong. I'm assuming it's Alyx, but if it is pronounced a different way, please let me know in the comments down below. You and your father were relocated to City 17. In the years since, you've continued your clandestine scientific activity, performing critical research and building invaluable tools for the few humans brave enough to defy the Combine. Every day you learn more about your enemy, and every day you work towards finding a weakness. So it said a full-length game built from the ground up for virtual reality. So lean around a broken wall and under a barnacle to make an impossible shot. Rummage through shelves to find a healing syringe and some shotgun shells. Manipulate tools to hack alien interfaces. Tear a head crab off your face and throw it out of the window. VR was built for the kind of gameplay that sits at the heart of Half-Life. Half-Life Alyx supports a variety of play environments, locomotion methods, and input devices. I noticed that there's okay, so we can go through these screenshots. So yeah, so feel free to browse at your own leisure. So it says play on any Steam VR system. If you have a VR hardware that works with a computer, then it works with Steam VR. If you don't yet own any VR hardware, now is the time. Headsets support different sets of features, so experience will vary depending on them. Half-Life Alyx was built hand in hand with Valve Index, which is the highest fidelity option on the market. But the game works great with Vive, Rift, and Windows Mixed Reality too. Check out the different options and choose which one is right for you. Okay, so you can see there's Oculus Rift, there's HTC Vive, Valve Index, and so on. I don't have any opinion about these because, like I said, I'm not into VR. But yeah, just so you know, if you are, that this is available to you. So it says community-built environments available via Steam Workshop. A set of Source 2 tools for building new levels will be available for the game, enabling any player to build and contribute new environments for the community they enjoy. Hammer, Valve's level authoring tool, has been updated with all the game's virtual reality gameplay tools and components, which is great because it means that post-launch there's going to be a lot of fan-made levels, and with time, because the fans who mod Half-Life games tend to be incredibly dedicated, even years and years later, that they might eventually make levels which are even better than the games. So I do not underestimate the value of this. This is amazing. So yeah, so March 2020, it will be available on Steam VR, and it's using the Source 2 engine. So yeah, so like I say, guys, I'm not really into VR personally, but I am very interested to see how this game, how it goes, how it looks when it comes out. And you notice there is a blank space here. Maybe they've done it on purpose, that eventually this might say Half-Life 3. But I guess we'll see. You know, we'll see if Valve are going to work on that, because people have been begging for there to be a Half-Life 3 for so long. Because Half-Life 2 was fantastic. Like, I was in university when Half-Life 2 came out. I actually bought a PC just so I could play Half-Life 2, because the PC I had before that just couldn't handle the game, because it graphically pushed way further than anything I could do at the time. So yeah, so anyway guys, let me know, are you excited for this game? Do you have any opinion of VR? Are you in the same camp as me in terms of you're not into VR but you're still interested in this game, you still want to see what happens and so on? Let me know. Okay guys? So anyway guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch a random video over there, you can watch the latest upload down there, or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you guys, bye bye.